Hey there, and welcome to The Explainer. You know that feeling, right? That jolt of anxiety when you reach for a toy and your dog suddenly growls? Yeah, that's resource guarding, and it can be super stressful. Today, we're going to break down exactly why it happens, and even better, a science-based way to actually solve it. Let's dive in. So picture this. You walk into the living room, and there's your dog happily chewing on, oh no, the TV remote. You go to take it, and suddenly they just freeze. Maybe there's a low growl rumbling in their chest. It's such a tense, weird moment, right? But here's the thing, it's so common. If this has happened to you, trust me, you are not alone. And we're gonna figure this out together.
So, here's our game plan. First, we'll get clear on what resource guarding even is. Then, we'll talk about why that gut reaction, to just snatch the item back, actually backfires and makes everything worse. After that, we'll get into a much safer, science-based way forward. I'll even give you a training toolkit with practical stuff you can start today. And we're going to talk about why that growl might actually be your friend. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so what are we really talking about here? It's so easy to jump to conclusions, right? To think our dog is being dominant or just plain bad. But the truth, it's way less about that and much more about a deep, ancient instinct. This stuff is literally wired into them for survival. When you boil it all down, resource guarding is just a dog saying, hey, this is really valuable to me and I'm worried you're gonna take it. That stiff body, the whale eye, the growl, it's not them trying to be mean. It's their only way of communicating, please just back off, this is mine. And this is where the wires get totally crossed. See, from our point of view, it's simple. That sock is dangerous, I need to get it. But from your dog's perspective, it's a 5-alarm fire. I'm about to lose my most amazing treasure, and my giant human is coming at me. You're operating on two completely different wavelengths, and that's exactly why these situations can go from 0 to 60 so fast. And that clash of perspectives leads us right into the biggest mistake pretty much all of us make. Our human intuition screams, just take it, show him who's boss. But, behavioral science has looked at this, and it turns out that is the absolute worst thing you can do. Yeah, there's actually a name for what happens. It's called sensitization. It's a type of learning, but the problem is it teaches your dog the exact opposite of what you want. Every time you confront them, they're not learning to let go. They're learning to hold on even tighter. Just try to see it from their side for a second. Every single time you reach in and grab something, you are proving their worst fear correct. You're confirming the thought, oh man, when my person comes close, I lose my awesome stuff. So what happens next time? They're going to react faster. The growl will be quicker, the body will get stiffer, because you've literally taught them that's what they have to do to protect their things.
Let's make this real. I want to tell you about a dog named Charlie. He was a young golden doodle, super cute, and he had a major habit of stealing things. And his owners, well, they did exactly what you or I would probably do. They'd chase him down, corner him, and take the item back. And guess what happened? It just got worse. His owners were so frustrated, stuck in this cycle. The more they took stuff away, the louder and more frequent the growling got. Without even realizing it, they were accidentally training Charlie to be an expert resource guarder.
Okay, so if grabbing and confronting is a no-go, then what are we supposed to do? Well, this is where we get to the good stuff. This is where we stop thinking about conflict and start thinking about cooperation. And the best part is, science gives us a clear roadmap for a safer and honestly, a much more effective way to handle this.
And this is the key. The whole goal isn't just to make the growling stop. That's a symptom. The real goal is to change how your dog feels when you walk up to them. We want to take that anxiety, that fear, that defensiveness, and replace it with a feeling of, oh, good, my human is coming over. That is what makes a dog truly safe to be around. All right, enough theory, let's get practical. How do we actually pull this off? I'm going to walk you through a training toolkit with 3 really clear, actionable steps you can take. It really breaks down into 3 main parts. First up, we're going to manage the environment so the problem doesn't even have a chance to start. Second, we'll teach some new games, some cooperative skills. And third, we're going to actively change that negative feeling they have. Simple as that. Okay, step 1, management. And listen, this is the easiest and probably the most important place to start. It's not giving up, it's being smart. We're talking about simple things like getting a laundry hamper with a lid or a little box for the remotes. You're just removing the temptation. Baby gates can be your best friend here, creating zones where your dog just can't get into trouble. The key is you're stopping them from practicing the guarding behavior. Every time they don't guard something, that's a huge win. All right, step 2 is teaching them a better way.
Instead of just taking stuff, we teach them the trade-up game. You've got a sock? Awesome. I've got a piece of chicken. Want to trade? Over time, your dog starts to realize, whoa, whenever I give something up to my person, something even better magically appears. All of a sudden, drop it isn't a scary command anymore. It's the start of a really fun game. And now for step 3. This is where the real magic happens. The fancy term is counterconditioning, but all it really means is we're rewriting their emotional script. So imagine your dog is chewing on a bone. Instead of walking over to mess with them, you just walk past, toss a super high-value treat like a piece of cheese, and keep walking. Do that enough, and your approach stops meaning threat and starts meaning bonus. You are literally changing their brain to erase that fear. Okay, we need to talk about something really, really important now, and that is the growl. I think it's the most misunderstood part of this whole equation. Our gut, our human instinct, is to shut it down. Don't you dare growl at me. But I'm telling you, that is a dangerous, dangerous mistake.
You have to see it this way. A growl is communication. It is not disobedience. Your dog isn't being a jerk. They are telling you, I am scared, I am uncomfortable, I need space. That growl is precious information. It's the flashing yellow light before the red light. It's their early warning system.
And this is exactly why punishing the growl is so risky. Because if you teach your dog that growling is bad, they might stop, sure, but you haven't fixed the fear that's causing it. So what happens next time they feel that fear? They might just skip the warning they learned not to give and go straight to a bite. It's our job to protect the growl, to listen to it, and to use it as our cue to back off and de-escalate.
Okay, that was a lot, I know. So let's just boil it all down and create a clear path forward so you feel confident about what to do next. So here are your big takeaways. Number 1, don't confront them. Stop the chasing, stop the prying items out of their mouth, just stop. Instead, do manage the environment. Tidy up, use those baby gates, set everyone up for success. Also, do start teaching those fun train-up games. And finally, please do protect the growl. See it for what it is, vital communication.
And one last really crucial point about safety. Look, everything we talked about today is incredibly effective. But if the guarding is severe, if you have kids in the house, or if at any point you feel unsafe, please do not try to handle this alone. The smartest, safest thing you can do is call a certified trainer or a veterinary behaviorist. Get professional eyes on your specific situation. So I want to leave you with a different way of thinking about this. The next time you see your dog get stiff over a toy or they growl when you get near their food bowl, I want you to try and resist that first question of, how do I make them stop? And instead, ask yourself a new one. What are they trying to tell me right now? I promise you, listening for that answer, it changes absolutely everything.
This video covered the following topics: resource guarding in dogs, stop resource guarding, dog growling over food, dog guarding socks and toys, trade game for dogs, teach, drop it, cue, counter conditioning for dogs, dog sensitization behavior, golden doodle resource guarding, prevent dog bites at home.